Hello my beautiful friends, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Fatima. I do all kinds of reviews from luxury beauty to Korean makeup to more affordable makeup like the drugstore makeup, so if that interests you, make sure you're subscribed. But today's video is actually trying some new Dior makeup. As I'm sure you already know because you clicked on this video, we have some new makeup from Dior. They recently released some cream blushes. They have reformulated their powder blushes. And they also have some lip balms slash lip glosses that we are gonna review in this video. I'm gonna start with the cream blush. This is called Dior Backstage Rosy Glow Stick. I only picked up shade 012 Rosewood because the other shade did not look very interesting to me. This is the packaging. It looks like their lip balms, and this is how it looks like. I have swatched this, as you might have seen in one of my short videos. It has the Christian Dior logo at the top. My only concern with this is that when I'm using my cream blush, sometimes I don't put it on my disc cap on. This way I can put it on my disc, but when it doesn't have a cap, it doesn't sit on my disc, so I'm not a fan of the packaging, as I wasn't with the lip balms. By the way, if you're interested about this look, I've done it with all drugstore makeup, and the video is coming up soon, so make sure you're subscribed. I'm cleaning up some of the swatches of that video from my hand. These are very glowy, not in a way that they have a lot of glitter in them, in a way that they are very emollient. To be honest, I don't know if we needed these. Dior is very late to the game with their cream blushes, and I feel like everyone has a huge collection of cream blushes right now and they didn't need this. And the shades aren't that interesting and they aren't that versatile considering that they are very emollient. I love glowy blushes, but this seems to be a bit in the realm of too glowy. But we'll see. I haven't swatched it on my face yet. It is a good addition to their whole brand, but if it wasn't for this video, I wouldn't even pick this up. They say it is one of those color adjusting ones, which means it's gonna tint your skin a little bit, but that is also nothing new to the market. I think they made the powder blushes that way as well. I mean, to be honest, this pH adjusting thing is not my thing. I feel like it's a gimmick. I asked you guys in my Instagram stories if you wanted me to review this and you said yes. Otherwise, I wouldn't even pick these up. I might have picked up the powder blush in the shade Rosewood because I really like this shade. From the powder blushes, I have shade Candy and shade Rosewood. I picked up one of each. One of the glowy ones, one of the matte ones. These are the two colors I have. This is Candy, this is Rosewood, which we had before in their line. Pretty typical Dior packaging. It is a bit bigger than the old version. I feel like this shade has changed a little bit. This one is Rosewood in the powder format. A bit smoother than the older version. Not the OG version, but the older version, the one that came the second. And I also picked up Candy, as I said, which is a more glittery shade, more shiny. It reminds me a lot of the NARS's Orgasm blush. It seems like brands are going back to that blush again, which wasn't my favorite. This is Candy. And I'm gonna swatch it actually right here because I wanna swatch the other Rosewood shade next to the Rosewood that we have right now. It literally looks like NARS's Orgasm shade. It doesn't show up in the camera, but it has very fine golden glitters, which is why I hated NARS's Orgasm blush. I wanted to pick up the shade Toffee, but even that shade looked too golden to me. It had too many golden glitters in it. I don't know if it shows up in the camera. It has a lot of gold glitters and gold shimmers to it, which I'm not a fan of. Do you see those golden shimmers? It also has some golden glitter to it. When I swatched it for the unboxing video, I felt like there was a lot of gold glitters all over the place. So I'm gonna apply it to my face and we'll see. But first, I wanna swatch the rosewood shade from the older version that we had, the second version. This is definitely harder to pick up, but that is actually not a bad thing all the time. Sometimes the more creamier colors are harder to blend out. This is the old rosewood. Yes, I think the shade has changed a little bit. The newer rosewood is more bright, more like red toned, which might be because of that red dye that is pH adjusting. This is more cool tone, more mauvey. Actually, I like this one better. And this is the candy shade, which I also applied here. So rosewood in the cream format, rosewood in the powder format, but the new one, rosewood in the old powder format, the second version. I don't have the first version. I don't even remember if the first version had rosewood. I think they only had 2 shades, or maybe they came out with it later. I have to start sitting straight. I have been bending my back too much recently and I'm getting some back pain. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I think I like the older version better. The newer version looks too creamy, but we are gonna apply it and see how it looks. I also have one shade from the previous version, which is glowier, like the one from Candy. This doesn't look like Candy at all, but it had some golden shimmers to it as well. This was the shade Bronze Glow. So top one is Bronze Glow, bottom one is Candy. Swatching them next to each other, I do think they improved the formula in the glowy versions, but I'm not sure about the matte one. I cannot believe how much I'm loving this foundation. Let's get to the cream blush. I'm gonna apply with my finger first. And I'm gonna first apply it to my face straight from the bullet. It looks a bit too emollient. That does not necessarily mean a bad thing. The foundation I have on right now, it is more on the matte side or natural side, at least on my skin, which is very dry. And I think this is gonna be a good match for that. I changed my mind. This is beautiful. This is not too emollient at all for my skin. My skin is very dry, and as I said, this foundation is not a glowy foundation or a hydrating foundation. This blends out easily. I haven't watched any reviews of these because I didn't want the reviews to change my mind. I wanted to give you guys my honest thoughts. This is beautiful. Dior makeup always does that to me. I thought I'm gonna hate this blush and now I love it because it was a bit more pink than I thought. Now I'm loving it. It is very hydrating. I feel like it changed the consistency of this foundation, which I actually really liked, and it made it better. I love these kinds of blushes that you apply on top of your foundation and it makes it more healthy looking. I like it. This looks good. And I don't think you even need a highlighter with this if you don't want to apply highlighter or if you don't like to use a lot of highlighter. I have to say, I don't think this is building up easily, or maybe I'm not seeing it in the mirror, but I am very happy with the amount of color I have right now. So that was the cream version of Rosewood. Now I'm gonna use the powder version. Let me set my face with the powder I use all over my face because I want to give it a fair shot. And then I will clean up this rosewood, which is the cream one, and apply the older version. By accident, I set this side of my face as well, which has the cream blush, and it actually looks really good. Let me apply a little bit more so that we can see the full effect. Okay. The glow is back and it applied easily on top of that powder. No patchiness or anything. It looks actually very beautiful. This is a great product. It's surprising me. This is so expensive. I hate loving expensive products. I mean, it's good that you are getting your money's worth, but at the same time, these are very expensive for those of us who hardly earn any money. For this side, I'm gonna use Sonia G Face Pro Brush. This is a very soft brush and it always applies everything very smoothly. I picked up a little bit too much, but let's see how this blends. Yeah, I'm sorry. This is nothing special. This is not that different from the older version. The cream one, I love. But the powder one, if you had the older version, I wouldn't even change it because I don't even like this shade. I feel like the older version was a bit more mauvey. And the blend is not that different. And it is gonna dye my brushes, which I don't like. I mean, it's not a bad color, it's not a bad consistency, but it's not that different than what we already have. So we have the powder version on this side and the cream version on this side. Okay, now let's apply rosewood from the older version. And I'm gonna use the same brush. This is almost clean. I try to apply the same amount so that you can see better. But this looks a lot more smooth. I'm now wondering what everybody else is saying. I have to watch more videos. Shade-wise, they look close enough. In my opinion, the older version is a bit more smoothing. If you have the older version, do not pick up the newer version. These aren't that different. These aren't different at all. This is the old version. This is the new version. Now let's apply candy with Chikuhodo's cheek brush. This is how much it picks up. Wish me luck. This is not my favorite shade. Am I delirious or is this literally NARS orgasm? Which I am not a fan of, but come on Dior, we already had this. Whoever wanted to pick it up would have picked it up from NARS by now. The powder itself is not actually a bad powder. I feel like I like the consistency of this glowy one better than the consistency of the matte ones. But what is this color? I thought we have been over these kinds of colors. Pink with gold shimmer and gold glitter, literally. I can see the glitters all over my face. It seems like I have a golden highlighter on. I'm gonna use the same brush to apply rosewood, the new rosewood, to the side of my face. Oh God. I was trying to clean up the mirror. Garbage packaging from Dior, as always. I was saying I was trying to clean up the mirror and I realized this was true about the mirrors from the older version too. They have garbage mirrors on these. I mean, $40 for a blush, and this is the packaging that you give us. I don't hate the packaging itself. I'm actually one of those people who like the Backstage packaging while everybody else hates it, but this is cheap. I'm not gonna try to make it look good because it doesn't matter. We just want to see the shade. This mirror is awful. This is rosewood, this is candy. I want my powder blush to be undetectable on my face. If I use a little bit of the rosewood, I think I'm gonna achieve that, but even with a tiny amount of candy, I don't think I am gonna, because this is full of glitter. I have gold glitter all over here on lower parts of my face, which means it doesn't stick to one part, it flies around. Dare I say I like NARS Orgasm better than this. I don't have it right now. I got rid of it a while ago because it wasn't my perfect shade. I'm still gonna vote for rosewood in the older packaging. That is my opinion. We have two more products that I've picked up, which are their lip butters. This is called Dior Addict Lip Glow Butter. I have Glazed Pink 101 and Toffee 103. These are just a regular lip gloss / lip balm formula. These look more glossy than balmy to me. So if you don't like a gloss consistency, maybe this is not for you. These don't feel very balmy. I picked up two different finishes, the glowy one or the glittery one and the regular one. You bet I wanted to pick up the burgundy shade or the dark purple shade, but I stopped myself because I have a lot of lip glosses and lip balms that are in that color story. So I decided to pick up something that I know is different in my collection. These smell like hookah. It looks beautiful on the lips. Now that it is on my lips, it feels more buttery, more balmy than what I felt on the back of my hand. On the back of my hand, it looked and felt a little bit more glossy. Now it feels more buttery and lip balmy. This is glazed pink. Better than what I expected. I was getting a bit discouraged. The packaging is cute too. I don't know if this was necessary, but cute packaging. I feel like the packaging was so ordinary that they added this to make it more luxurious. Imagine if you didn't have this. This is not even drugstore packaging. They added this and now they can charge us for luxurious packaging. Oh, ay, ay, ay. Let's apply the other one. It does have a bit of a minty feeling. It's not burning my lips, but I am feeling a bit of a tingling effect. Not as warm toned as I thought. Usually with lip glosses and lip butters or lip balms that are like this shade, I struggle with them being a bit too warm. I like both shades. The pink one, the glittery one, had a little bit of shine or glitter to it, so don't worry about it showing up too much on your lips. Is it worth the price? No. Is it beautiful? Yes. It is comfortable on the lips, I have to be honest. I think from this whole collection, my favorites were the lip butters and the cream blushes. I didn't pick up the glowy, glittery ones from the cream blushes because I think that is in a territory that I wouldn't ever enter. And now that I have seen the glittery ones or glowy ones from the powder version, I'm happy that I didn't pick up those. I like the lip butters. They have a little bit of cooling, tingling sensation on my lips right now, but it doesn't bother me. I don't like those kinds of lip glosses that have a plumping effect, like the one from Fenty Beauty, the heat version. That one burns my lips. Most of them do, but these don't burn my lips. They only have a little bit of tingling sensation. These were a no for me. I hope you enjoyed this review. Please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and maybe consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, because that will help me a lot and that will help me with YouTube algorithm suggesting my videos to more people like you who like these kinds of content. Again, thank you so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye!